Momento IPEMED. Oferecimento Quality Med. Médico ao seu alcance.
Nós estamos aqui hoje recebendo o Dr. Keyoumars Ashkan, do King's College de Londres. Ele é professor de cirurgia dessa excelente universidade, além de chairman do serviço de neurocirurgia da mesma instituição. É uma grande honra termos a oportunidade de receber um professor tão ilustre, um médico que é um renome internacional, com excelentes trabalhos na área de doença de Parkinson e distúrbios de movimento e tumores cerebrais, com ênfase não só na abordagem cirúrgica, mas também na abordagem clínica e experimental.
A group of conditions that can affect the quality of life of the patients to a great deal. So at the moment the treatments we have available are here pink, but there's also room for improvement, especially surgical techniques which are increasingly being used have promised to provide very good quality of life for these patients. So our challenge is to try to get the best quality of life for these patients. Brain tumors are somewhat different in that the malignant brain tumors remain highly aggressive and very life-limiting, and despite lots of treatments that have been available, still the prognosis remains poor. Therefore, the main challenge is trying to be able to extend the quality of life, extend good quality of life. So basically trying to make the patients live as long as possible with the best quality of life for them. The deep brain stimulation has been around now for about 20-30 years, and we're increasingly using it to treat patients with movement disorders, particularly Parkinson's disease. As you know, many patients with Parkinson's disease, their symptoms can be controlled initially quite well with medical management. But as the years go by, we begin to have patients who do not respond so well to medications, or they have side effects, and therefore an alternative means of therapy is very much required. And deep brain stimulation fills this unmet need. It's a type of surgery whereby you can, by putting electrodes in patients' brain, you can modulate the condition and therefore provide them with very good response. It's not a cure, obviously, but it can treat the symptoms to a great deal, especially in the medically refractory patients or who have side effects. So nanotechnology is a very new technology. At the moment we are using it very much at an experimental level, either on the cellular level or on animal studies, and also beginning to have some small studies in humans. So it's still very, very early stage, but it's a promising area. You can imagine if we can change the biology, especially those relevant to brain tumors, neurosurgical conditions, neurodegenerative conditions, imaging issues, by looking and operating at the subcellular level, molecular level. It's very promising at the moment, but I can't say that it's in the mainstream as yet. There's plenty to do, and the areas you mentioned are definitely areas that we're going to be concentrating on to try and develop. So movement disorders as a group of conditions, including Parkinson's disease and dystonia, they may not be life-limiting as such, but the problem is that they affect the quality of the life of the patients to a great deal. So the main challenge now is to try to be able to improve the quality of life of the patients, especially for conditions like Parkinson's disease, where medical treatment may be effective initially, but as time goes by, quality of life of a patient can be quite severely affected, particularly because of side effects of medication. So the challenge is to find new therapies, such as surgical therapies, such as deep brain stimulation, and optimizing these to try to give the patients the best quality of life. In the brain tumor conditions, obviously the quality of life is still a major challenge, but challenge is even bigger because a lot of these malignant brain conditions are life-limiting, and therefore we not only have to try and make the best quality of life for our patients, but also we need to make sure they can live longer, so it's length of life with a good quality, because at the moment still the prognosis for especially malignant brain tumor patients is quite poor. My first time in Brazil, and thanks to IPEMED for arranging my trip here to meet our colleagues and to work with them. I'm very much looking forward to today to be able to describe our experience in managing patients with movement disorders, with brain tumors in the UK, and equally to get knowledge of the practice here in the Brazil, because everything is a two-way process, and is sharing our ideas from us to Brazilian colleagues and from Brazilian colleagues to us that makes the knowledge and the field move forward.
Esta atividade vai ser, na verdade, o início de uma parceria futura que poderemos desenvolver entre a Faculdade IPEMED de Ciências Médicas e o Serviço de Neurologia do King's College de Londres e até mesmo outros serviços de outras especialidades dessa mesma instituição.